next on Food Network, the simple 8 steps it takes to... Stay tuned. Today we're going to make pizza, and so our first step is to preheat the oven to 450 degrees. Now that that's done, we're going to lightly brush our crust, which is just Mama Mary's crust that you can find in your local grocery store. We're going to lightly brush that with olive oil so that when it cooks, it's crispy. And I like my pizza like pretty crispy, so you, depending on how crispy you want your pizza, you put that much olive oil on. So I'll put a little bit more olive oil on than usual. Now that's done, we're going to use the ragu sauce that you can just find in your local grocery store as well. So that's just going to go on top of our pizza. And when we bake this, the crust is going to rise as a result of the yeast in the crust, which is alcoholic fermentation, which is when you take pyruvic acid that was made in the glycolysis cycle, and NADH, which is a fully charged battery, that will turn into NAD plus because you took some of the energy from NADH, and so now it's only partially charged, so NAD plus, and CO2, which is carbon dioxide, and alcohol, which makes the dough rise. So now that we have that covered, we have our pizza sauce and our olive oil on. Now it's time for the mozzarella cheese. And this is just like another one of your local stores cheese that you can find. And so I'm just going to sprinkle this on. And I like a lot of cheese on it, just like my crispiness of my pizza. So I'm going to put a lot on. So just sprinkle that on. Gives it nice and gooey and yummy. And so after that, we have our pepperoni, which is just another store-bought ingredient. And so I'm just going to open this. These are the perfect size because they're not very big, so you can put a lot of them on your pizza, but they're still a pretty good size pepperoni. So I'm just going to lay these on. And if you just like cheese pizza, you can not put pepperonis on, but I'm a meat lover, so I'd put pizza or pepperoni on my pizza. So I'm just going to lay these across like this. And now we have our pepperoni. I also like to put black olives on my pizza just to give it like another tangy flavor. So I'm going to open this with my can opener. And then once we have it open, if I can get it open. But if this is the last ingredient I'm putting on my pizza, but if you would like more, like if you like, let's say, vegetables on it, you can put some vegetables on it, and if you don't want meat, then you can not put meat on it. Oh my god. I can't seem to get it. There we go. So now that we have our can opened, we're going to just strain some of the extra juices out in the sink. Now that it's all strained. And since we only have a little pizza, then I'm just going to use a couple olives, which I'm just going to cut up into small little pieces because I don't want to choke on my olives. So, and I don't want to put a lot on because that would overpower the rest of the flavors in the pizza. So I'll put 3 of them on, cut finely. So once we have that done, we'll just sprinkle them onto our pizza. Make sure they don't get on the pan because then we won't eat them. And now that that's done, our pizza is ready to bake. Our oven has set to 450 now, and we will cook this for 8 minutes. So I'll just put this in. Go away. Our pizza is done. As you can see, it is a light brown, and so that tells you that it's done. And so now we can just slide it onto a plate, and now it's ready to be eaten for a nice snack or lunch.